Hi, I'm Julian, one of the financial planners here at Bigmore Associates. Today, I want to try and entice you with a fantastically boring topic called pension consolidation. Now, before you switch off and flick over to the next video, give me a little bit of time because hopefully there are some nuggets that you might actually find are going to be very useful. Most of us now do have some form of pensions, especially, and some of us a lot more than we perhaps would like, given if we've worked for a lot of different employers over a period of time. Because of auto-enrollment that was introduced by the UK government, it is now mandatory for employers to offer and provide and pay into a pension for their staff. Now, the challenge that a lot of employees and self-employed people that have built up a lot of different pensions over time is they get inundated with paperwork. Every year, something comes through the post. It's a pension statement, it's a pension update. Now, you may be one of those people where you literally feel it's a bit like with Harry Potter with the owl sending all those invites to college, exactly the same principle with all of these pension forms coming in, trying to understand what do they all mean. And that is a big challenge with clients trying to understand what those pensions mean. So as a result of that, a lot of people like the idea of, could we not just make it a bit simpler? Could we not just put all the pensions in one place? Surely that would be so much easier. One piece of paperwork once a year, keeping on top of everything. And actually, on the face of it, that does make a lot of sense. In fact, you will see a lot of advertisements on TV at the moment from big insurance companies saying, do you perhaps have a pension fund that's hiding behind the couch? I wish I did. I've never found one on my couch personally. But the idea is to say, yeah, bring them all together. Now, while that is possible, especially when you've got pensions that you've had them for a long time, you've got to remember, if you do consider consolidating them, you've got to think about things like, what are the costs? What are the costs involved if I brought them all together? It's great that it'll feel administratively easier, but what is the cost? Something else you need to consider. What might I be losing if I consolidate them to another plan? Especially older type pensions have things like guaranteed annuity rates or protected tax-free cash benefits, just to name two examples, that could be very valuable to you and you'd actually lose if you transferred to a new scheme. There are other pension funds that charge a penalty if you wanted to move. And you've got to weigh that up. Is the cost of that penalty moving to a new scheme really worth saving some admin time, bringing it all together? So those are the aspects that one needs to consider. A lot of clients find this very daunting then as a result, and it is usually a good idea to actually seek financial advice to look at the options. Now, the one challenge when you do look for financial advice, again, there is a cost to do that. A lot of investment firms and financial planning firms take the view of they look at existing pensions and find various ways of how can they move them all into one new plan that they manage and they look after. And as I said earlier, a lot of that makes sense. But at Bigmore's, we don't believe that that has to be the only route, that you've got to take all of your existing pensions and put them all in a new plan. There will be occasions that actually some of the pension plans you've got are pretty good as they are. From our perspective, we are here to help you with your financial planning, not about giving you a super duper new pension that's all shiny but very expensive to move into. So from our perspective, the first thing we do when we look at a potential consolidation for our clients is actually, do some of the existing plans meet your goals and your requirements? If that is the case, then often it can be much more cost effective for us to work with you, just helping you move some of those existing pensions that aren't as good into one of your other existing pensions that is good. If you then want to take that decision to say, I need this reviewed on an ongoing basis to make sure it's in line with my goals and my objectives, we can then often engage then with that existing plan to be added on as an advisor, take on the servicing rights and help you manage that going forward. So really today, just to help you, make you think, when you are looking at a lot of pension plans, you're thinking what to do. Just to summarize, firstly, few things you need to consider. What are the costs? Are you losing any benefits? Two very important points. The second one to consider then as well, especially if you're taking financial advice, could actually one of my existing plans work to be the plan to consolidate into? So hopefully that helps. If there's anything further you'd like to understand about your own position with regard to your pension plans, please drop us a line. We are happy to have an initial meeting at our own expense just to understand what your position is and see how we can add value to you. Thank you for your time.